Hello, my name is Luis Carrillo, and I present to you the critical introduction to my reading and writing portfolio. This portfolio is a combination of the reading unit of our course. His goal is not only to show my work, but to analyze how I have developed 10 key skills, 6 learning objectives, and our writing behaviors to become a thinker, reader, and critical writer. For an audience that does not know the course, I must define my central evidence, the annotated bibliography. This is not a simple list of sources, but a rigorous academic genre that requires a two-part analysis, the summary of the source, and more importantly, a critical evaluation of how and why that source is credible and useful. It is a tool that taught us to make the transition from personal opinion to academic argument. My two support assignments for this analysis are the annotated bibliography project, my reading work, and the group debate assignment, my collaborative work. My critical thinking and reading communication skills are demonstrated together in the bibliography. The final draft proves my ability to rigorous analysis by having to evaluate the logic, validity, and relevance of the sources, as thus vendors taught us, but rigor goes beyond the content. Reading communication is measured by formality. The Purdue Owl taught me that adherence to MLA standards, the indentation, the format, is not a trivial detail. It is a demonstration of my rhetorical awareness. It shows that I know how to adapt my writing to communicate professionally with the academic community. The behavior of inquiry and information literacy was the part that generated the most enthusiasm for me. I applied it when evaluating the contextual credibility of each source. When analyzing Dr. Mike's video, I understood that it is not enough to see his professional title, arrows. I must demand his evidence, logos. This process allowed me to distinguish reliable information, transforming reading into a survival tool in the digital age. I show the SLOs of teamwork and personal responsibility with the group debate assignment. In the debate, I practice effective collaboration by negotiating positions and adapting my argument to those of my team, which demonstrates teamwork. Personal responsibility manifested itself by making ethical decisions about the validity of the argument I presented, and by making sure that my individual preparation did not fail my colleagues. This connects my choices with their consequences, which in this case was the success of the team. The behavior of writing and reading process is reflected by my transition from passive reading to strategic reading. My process no longer begins with writing, but with the invention and analysis of the sources. My work with Das Bender shows how I went from simply summarizing sources to critically analyzing them, a fundamental change in my academic process. In the revision and feedback, my drafts show that I intentionally chose feedback on my critical analysis, and I learned to evaluate and prioritize my classmates' grades, rejecting to accepting the changes so that the review aligned with my rhetorical purpose, not just with grammatical correctness. My biggest challenge in this project and source of insecurity has been the easy law of oral communication. Overcoming that barrier and synthesizing these 10 concepts in a clear and concise way is in itself the greatest proof of my improvement in this skill. Visual communication was applied by integrating and citing multimodal sources such as Dr. Mike's video, which shows that I can analyze any type of medium. To conclude, this portfolio shows that I have evolved from being a passive consumer of information to a critical and responsible participant. My experiences with SLOs and writing behaviors taught me that academic rigor is the basis of intellectual power. Finally, two questions about my process remain unanswered and will guide my future work. How can I develop more objective self-assessment strategies to measure the quality of my writing process before seeking feedback, thus minimizing the dependence of my peers? And given my insecurity with oral communication, what specific rhetorical awareness techniques can I apply so that the quality of my oral analysis matches the depth and clarity of my reading analysis? Thank you for your time. The attached document on the description of this video contains the annotated bibliography and evidence of my participation in the group debate. Thank you.